So, good evening, everyone. Um, currently this is being aired on YouTube. For those who also want to, maybe you want to join on YouTube, you are able to do so as well. For the sake of those that probably want to watch later, and of course for the sake of future reference. Um, I'd like to welcome everybody to this meeting, and we'll be having conversations to um, put clarity and simplicity to what is currently on ground, so that everyone will be able to know exactly what is being done, or what is expected to be done, or what um, uh, uh, has been done as well. You know, yeah. So we've had a lot of back and forth, noise here and there, and uh, you know, throwing here and there of words to clarify the current situation. So my simple objective in this section, or in this meeting, is to um, focus on five key things around the Bermuda, which are already listed in the previous message I sent on the platform. The first thing is to talk about the current and future state of nursing jobs in Bermuda and its environs. All right, so last year I made some videos to speak about the Bermuda opportunities, and the content of the videos I made was very simple, and that was the fact that those who come through to Bermuda, which way I explained, which was through simply going through the platform of verification and then getting license and then application, we get opportunity to get a job within 2 to 4 weeks. That was very clear that I stated that, and that uh, there are opportunities in their number in Bermuda. All right. Um, so I actually have said that, and there is no way I will come out to deny that I made that statement. And basically, the statement that I made as at that time was based on verified proofs of those of people who have already gotten job that time, who are not from my own end, from Mrs. Joyce, who have got job at that time. And as time went on, it became very, very clear that that particular expectation that I raised about job opportunities for Bermuda was not exactly the way it is. In the first place, people were able to get their license without concerns, but they were not able to get shortlisted or given the opportunity within 2 to 4 weeks, as I mentioned. Right now, these reasons notwithstanding, I already gave that expectation. So it is very natural for anyone to come out at me to say, because I gave the expectation and it did not come true, whichever the reason for it not coming true, whether it was because Bermuda government is doing this or whatever it is that whatever is doing, that what I said was not true. And obviously, it means that probably I deceived people to come through to take the opportunity without fully verifying what was the state of things. You understand? So it's um, well accepted that what I said will happen and what is happening now is not tallied with each other. So there's no gainsaying about that. There's no need to take it further. It's just as simple as I've said it. Now, In spite of that, does it mean that the Bermuda opportunity has closed, or it will not, that there is no room for anyone to come through, or nobody will get the access, or perhaps it is all facade, and that at the end of the day, all we just have is a license and no job? So I want to clarify that. Now, the Bermuda opportunity remains open. Now, the verifiable source for which I know that the Bermuda opportunity remains open is not from the place of what I've been told, but from the place of specific experiences of individuals that have already gone through the process. This is not what somebody said to me. Now, okay, because I had the message from a particular person, or maybe Mrs. Joyce, for example, that is the reason why I am saying that the opportunity is still available. I have given a data before of the number of people that have been involved in this, and those who have had opportunity to be interviewed, and those who have also passed the interviews. And I also gave a data of those who have been able to have the job the um from the care homes, which now their leader said they are no more giving them the job because, or they want to take citizens first. And of course, I've also given information about the St. Helena issue. Okay. So if all these are happening, what is the hope that there is a possibility of people getting job in the future? The simple hope that people will get job in the future is the fact that, for the fact that some people were able to get interviewed in the last few months, or in the last month, someone was interviewed last week, and in the last few months, about 8 people. That means that there is, and of course, some people also sent a message specifically stating to them that they have upgraded their track and they should reapply. But the fact that Bermuda themselves are sending that kind of message, it is a clear reason to be able to substantiate that they are actually recruiting and that they will still recruit. That is the first thing. Secondly, the opportunities that are coming outside of Bermuda or around Bermuda still give us a very clear a clear window to state that even if we're not able to get to Bermuda, we will still be able to get to those other countries, and from those countries we can get to Bermuda. So that is another window. Those are the two windows for which I am saying it is still true. Third reason, which I intentionally put as third reason, is the fact that the agents, which is Mrs. Joyce, has not backed down on the process. She has not used her mouth to say Bermuda is closed. Every single time, for those people that speak with her and chat with her, and for myself that also speak to her, there has never been a time that she has stated that the Bermuda issue is closed. She will always send, for some people, she still sent job offers for some people recently. She will always do that. Now, but the process and the pathway for which Bermuda opportunity will come now needs to be clarified, which is what I want to first of all clarify now. Number one, getting the license from Bermuda is straightforward. And obviously, it is through the agents. But getting the job is not straightforward, like I previously said. And I'm putting it out there. This is here on YouTube. It's not as straightforward as previously stated. And the reason is because every single step that will be taken to get the job, apart from the fact that one will apply, and then after one apply, that is all. Every other step will be determined by the employer themselves, including accepting or rejecting the application, shortlisting the individual, giving a timing for the job opportunity and for the interview, and in the interview itself, and the choice they will make after the interview. It is purely determined by Bermuda. Now, this was what I actually said before, but I actually presumed, which was actually based on what information I had, that it has a time frame that is fixed, which is 2 to 4 weeks. But from the experience that from the lot of many people so far, it is not 2 to 4 weeks. The timing and the decision is solely in the hand of the Bermuda employers. And the timing can be fast, and the timing as well will be ridiculously slow, as we have seen so far. But the opportunities remain certain. So I'm clarifying every statement I've made previously about the Bermuda issue to say that now it is not a matter of timing. There's no timing allotted from the point you get the license to the point you get the job. Now, I'm able to tell us another very, very important information that has even occurred apart from just getting the job. We have two that have gotten the job so far. One of the candidates that have gotten the job, I believe she's listening to me as well, had gotten the job, I think, from March or February, if I'm correct. Before she got her work permit, it was August. Now she's trying to get a visa. She has taken very, very extra steps to prepare herself for the visa, but it is delaying. And 100% the decisions that are being made for her to get the job and for her to get the work permit and the visa all lies in Bermuda. They said there were a few reasons why they had this, and that's why there's delay. They are giving reasons for their delay. But at that point, she is 100%, calculative of the time frame. But as I'm talking to you now, that time frame appears to have been went down. It's like they have not been able to keep to the time frame that they gave her. And pure 100%, she herself is aware that it has nothing to do with either myself or the agent. It is purely, and so it is now become a known fact for every single person that is in the Bermuda journey that the time frame, even after you have gotten the job, to get the work permit and to get the license, the time frame is purely in the hand of the Bermuda. Will you get it? Yes, you will get it. When? It is determined by the Bermuda government. Will you get opportunity for application? Yes. Will you be able to apply? Yes. Will they possibly shortlist you? Yes, because they have shortlisted some people so far. When will that happen? No idea. It is in the hand of the Bermuda government. When you get the job and then they decide that, all right, we want to give you your work permit, when is the possible time they decide? Obviously, they said 3 months, but I think the person that went through this process went slightly beyond 3 months, although if you get it around there, about slightly beyond 3 months. When is supposed to get the visa? 3 weeks. As 3 weeks pass, yes, 3 weeks has passed, at least by a few days. So now it has come to our own understanding now, and it is something that I am taking as a very disturbing news to share. But it is not also discouraging, because the fact that it will eventually happen becomes the only light that we have at the end of the tunnel. Now, on the basis of this new change that has taken place, because now that I have given a particular picture of the time, and the time now appeared to have changed from what I said before. On the basis of that, I personally will be making 3 proposals for those who are, or let me say 3 or 4 proposals for those who are currently in the process, and we will discuss it. I want to quickly say very clearly that everybody that is on this platform has every right to be angry at me for creating a false expectation about the process without conclusively making a picture, or maybe speaking about, because I know that if I had said this particular thing I'm saying now, then some people will still decide to go for the process that way. I don't care about any time that they are ready. Let me just start. So at that point, there will not be any issue of prayer that, Mr. Stephen, you said so period of time. Now time has passed. Why is it that we have not been able to do this one? Nobody will be coming to talk about that. You understand? But because I've given a particular period of time, it is everybody has the right to have a lot of thoughts, fearful thoughts, to say, my God, I have been deceived. I was told that it will happen in 2 to 4 weeks. Now it is not happening in 2 to 4 weeks. That means I have been deceived. Everybody has the right to say that. But why I am coming out to make this clarification is so that people will come to understand that the fact that I said that time was not because I'm aware that it is like this. You understand? I wasn't having an awareness that it was like this because of the information I had then and the practical examples I had. There were nurses from South Africa at that time who were actually, and of course, I even saw a nurse from Nigeria then who I received a letter to state that she received the job offer within 2 weeks of her application. So there were examples then of nurses from South Africa and of nurses from Nigeria who had that privilege then, for which I was able to make my claim. It wasn't abstract and it wasn't out of the blues. It was specifically because I saw examples. Now, the lessons I've learned from this are very strong lessons because the kind of trauma that has come to me as a person from the kind of words people have used against me, has made me to now reflect on how I'll be able to pass information in the future. And so that it will not actually become an issue of he said this and this does not happen. And of course, from the business perspective, I now know that it is very important that even if you will not be willing to take that step, at least know the reality of what you know. But of course, like I said, this is not the picture I was having then. I never had this picture then. And please, I want to also correct some information that have been passed earlier. Number one, this particular process is not a fraudulent process at all. There is something called Bermuda. There are applications for Bermuda. There are jobs from Bermuda. And there are opportunities in Bermuda, 100%. The current situation of things has the tendency to create fear and make people to begin to feel maybe there was no job after all. Maybe they were even lying to us. Actually, because if there were no job, people that have gotten the interview opportunities will not have gotten. And I mean, for those people that have gotten interview opportunities here, they will not come back and say, I didn't get interview opportunities. Some got the opportunities and some actually went for the interview. Now, another thing I want to state about Bermuda issue, which I need to state very, very clearly, is that it is not exactly easy to get to Bermuda. And I have to say this not just from this place of the opportunities alone, but from the place of the stringent interview process that takes place. The way they category, I mean, they scrutinize your work, scrutinize your CV, scrutinize a lot of things, even your answers to questions. It is not particularly easy. That the fact that you are not writing exam does not make it too easy. It is quite strenuous. It will require a lot of hard work, a lot of personal work, a lot of preparation for that to happen. And I'm saying that so that for those who are in the process, you can have that understanding and work towards. So here is I haven't said all of these things I have said. Please, if there's anyone that is still passing the rumors that Bermuda is a scam, Bermuda is fraud, it's a lie, it is not true, the guy just wanted to collect our money and run away, please kindly let that whoever it is know that there is a reality around it. The current situation of things is that the time frame that was allocated to the specific process, specifically starting from the point of licensing, of job opportunity up until, the point of application to the point of getting job is actually confirmed not to be true. And I think some people that have joined that from July or so, or August, that physically joined that process. I think few people that joined, I made it clear that it's no more 2 to 4 weeks as has been previously stated before. All right. Number two, so let me now go into the issue of the proposal that I have for those who are in this process. Yes, there are people that have gone to take loans, go to cooperative, taking a lot of risk on their own, just to be able to kickstart this process because of the expectations that they had about the timing of the process, which 100% it is understandable to now begin to feel agitated and disturbed that after I've gone through this huge process, why will I now have to come to this point where I have to be waiting and waiting and waiting? 100% about. Of course, I also need us to understand that even though we have done that, we have other processes, not just the Bermuda process now, that could just suddenly begin to turn upside down, specifically around even the UK that we are even dealing with right now. The process has always changed over time. It has not always been the same thing. For people that, for example, someone like me now, I was I was able to travel to the UK without spending a penny. The organization I work for paid everything for me, and then they took me through to the UK. And of course, I worked with them for a particular period of time. I'm still working with them, and I can leave whenever I want to leave. But after some time, the process switched from that sponsor process to become self-sponsored process. Even as it was self-sponsored process, you will still have people that after they have gotten their pin, they are still struggling to get jobs. So the process changed over that period of time. So usually this for some of these kind of things, we find some changes that will take place that it is only the government that will be able to explain why that happened, not the individual that was talking about it. Now, so because of some of these changes, I want us to have that mindset that it is not about, about the fact that the person, because the person said it and it didn't happen, that person is lying. A lot of, for example, now those who receive the emails to say we have upgraded our pattern of recruitment. So create a new profile and apply afresh. They are here also. About I think 4 people received that kind of message. That change that they had has nothing to do with myself. They didn't have a meeting with me or just to say we are going to change our make a change. Oh yeah, tell people they just made that change by themselves. And I also want to state very clearly the role of Joyce in all of these things, because for some of us, we are very likely to begin to look at Joyce as a very wicked person. Why would she make that kind of information known to us? And after making that information, she will now disappear as if we are not existing. Now, our role has been made clarified from the beginning. And I want to make it clear. I believe she spoke to everybody, but let me just make it clear what she has said to everybody. Number one, our major role is to get license for everybody without without anybody being involved. So that's the reason why she took our documents. She also made us to notarize the documents. We created this third party process whereby she can actually file in for those who are involved and get license for them. Now, after that role has been played, that appears to be the major role she's playing. Every other role she's playing from that point is simply supervisory and guidance, not necessarily to get the job. And that is one thing that was also made clear in the contract that we made, that even though I'll be giving you the guidance, I'll be giving you the links, I'm not the one to get job for you. Number two, even if you get the job, I will not be paid for it. I don't have any recruitment benefits on your job opportunity. Now, it is very possible for people to misunderstand that statement, to believe that what she's trying to say was that she will also try to work out things to make the job easy, which actually is part of what she's doing. But on the very simple side of it, we need to understand her role and why it is not going to be easy for her to just come on now and say, I'm sorry for not getting job. She will not say that. I am the one that am responsible for every one of us here, because I am the one that said with my mouth that it is going to be 2 to 4 weeks before opportunity come. Now that I didn't say that I will get the opportunity, I'm only saying based on what was happening there, this is the thing that will happen. But she said she will simply guide, and if the job opportunity comes, she will help you take it further, take it through. And for those who have also gotten the opportunity so far, she has been guiding them through the process. Write this letter, don't add this one, remove that one, and all of that. And some people that actually also did interview, some of them also had pre-interviews from her, just to be able to guide them across through the process. So far, she's playing a role in the capacity she should play it, but she does not have the role to provide the job. She does not have the role to make Bermuda provide the job. She only has the role to guide through for the applications, and then to be able to see how you can glide your way so that even when the interview comes, you can have the opportunity. So why am I taking responsibility for what I've said? It was the reason. One reason I'm taking responsibility is because I gave a time frame that did not appear to be accurate. Now, having said that, we all know we have signed a contract of a particular uh, 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 perspective to say that after a particular amount has been paid, after a particular period of time, there will not be a refund. All right. I am taking responsibility for the statements I've made previously, for which I want to circumvent that statement to say that even though there will not be refund for whatever has been done, but I will be ready to make some compensatory payments of certain amounts. The amount might be very little, but it is going to be done for specifically for to those people who consider that the process is not worth going forward with anymore. Now, so having said this one I just made now, I'm now going to be making 4 proposals. All right. Proposal 1, for those people that have applied for this particular process, who have probably not taken any step to connect with Joyce yet, maybe because they have only paid some amount and they're waiting for more amount to be added so that they can be able to connect with Joyce and then they can start the process with Joyce. If they are not ready to continue with that process because of the way it has come now, based on this new information that I've said now, all right, I've paid maybe 500K, I've paid so amount, and I'm waiting to add more to the money so that I can initiate my process with Joyce, and then we can start. But I've not gotten the money yet, so I'm waiting to add up the money so that at least I can get to the benchmark of 2M, whereby I can start with Joyce. But I've not started. For those people, if you are not willing to continue the process, all right, you will let me know that with this information I have about the time frame that we cannot say, although I know that Bermuda we get to Bermuda, but because I'm not sure of the time I get to Bermuda, I want to pull out from the process. I've not spoken to Joyce yet, and I want to pull out from the process. Yeah, 100%. You can just come to me. I will set a time for you, specific time when the refund will be made to you. So far, because of what is the current situation of things, I've not started with Joyce yet. I've not connected with her. I've not had any exchange of documents. I don't even know who she is. But because of this information, I like to pull out. We help those people and then we sort them out with the timing. It will be an agreement between us of the timing when the payment to be made and then so that they can go. Of course, because of the enormity of the amount that might be paid, it may not be that it's okay today. There will be a time frame attached to it. That's proposal 1. All right. Proposal 2 is for those people that have started with Joyce and have not they have not gotten their to the point of they have not even started. Maybe they are at the level of verification. Maybe I'm still trying to do verification. I've not completed verification. So although I've started with Joyce for a while now, but I've not done verification. So I've not even given document that will be that is transmissible towards Bermuda yet. All right, I'm still at the peripheral of trying to do verification and all of that, and I've still not gotten to the process. I intend to speak to if they are not willing to continue that process. That because of this one, I intend to speak to Joyce on a concessionary basis to consider breaking the contract on their behalf because of the delay that is going on, so that they can pull out at that stage if they do not want to continue. That is, they have started the process. They have not got to the point of verification yet. All right. They have not submitted their Bermuda. They have not submitted their process to Bermuda yet. So Bermuda, the Bermuda process has not started yet. They have not done any submission yet. They have not done anything with Joyce yet. But they are still at the level of verification, still trying to sort out verification issues here and there. And they have made something. I can speak to Joyce on a conditional basis. Now, this is based on the contract. Joyce will have the choice whether she wants to decipher from the contract or not. She will have the choice to make. I will not put any pressure on her, but I will be making a returns of a particular amount to those people. All right. And then we will have a one-on-one conversation as to whatever Joyce is able to conclude on the issue. If she's happy to create a refund for them or give them part of the money, maybe severance fee is going to be paid, why not? She can take severance fee and then we can return those people's money to them because they're not willing to continue. Okay. Now, for the people that have gone beyond submission stage, they have submitted their stuff to Bermuda, they have gone beyond submission stage, and maybe they are going to be having a license very soon. All right. And or for people that have already gotten their license, all right, they have submitted to Joyce and they have gotten their license. On those basis, I cannot speak to Joyce to say, please, Joyce, so that's option. I can't do that anymore because already it has crossed the line. They have gone beyond the stage of, because that was exactly what Joyce was paid for. So for those people, if you are saying I don't want to continue, even though I've submitted my process to Joyce, submitted my license, I mean my documents and the process for license has already commenced, or I've gotten my license already, it's in my pocket. You understand? Now, those people are in two categories. Category one, those who have already started the process and they have completely made payments. Category two, those people that have submitted the process and they have not completed payment yet. So those are two categories of people. They have taken their license already, they have not completed payments with Joyce. Or those people that have submitted the process and they have not they have completed payment. Those two categories. And for those categories, and like I said, I won't speak just about them to say, Joyce, so please consider this or that. We will not have that conversation. All right. But if they now say, I want to withdraw, all right, logically speaking, it will be difficult for them to withdraw because they already have a license. And with the license, a lot of opportunities can come through. Opportunities can come tomorrow and then they apply and then they get the job. So on that basis, like I said, I won't speak to Joyce about them. But for those who have not completely paid Joyce, if they are not willing to continue, what it will mean is that Joyce will not be able to work out any application for them. Of course, they can pull out if they want to, but Joyce will not be able to work out any application for them. And based on that, that means that it will have to be on their own. And I can tell you the truth. If you apply for Bermuda on your own, it's going to be complicated. It's worst. For those who have tried it before, some people didn't even know have a way for that. So on that case, that means that it will be more difficult for them to get to Bermuda than for those who Joyce will be likely supporting or giving access or opportunities and all that. But if those people now say, we want to stop, we are not interested again, I want to pull out, even though I've not completed payment, or even though I've completed payment and I've had my license and I want to pull out, all right, I would give them what I call a compensatory fee for perhaps the responsibility I placed on the timing. That okay, that is compensatory fee for this final timing just to sort out a few things. Of course, it cannot be the entire amount of the process, it cannot be half of it. I will just try and get some fee and put in the hands just to support a few things and at a particular time that we both agree on. All right. Now, if they now I continue speaking to Joyce about whatever, at that point, I will not be involved. I will not be involved with the Bermuda issue with them anymore. If they're speaking just about it, fine. And the only concern that we have is for people that have not made a complaint because they won't be able to speak to Joyce anymore. So while I may pay them a compensatory fee to say, all right, have this little amount to say whatever, and have your license with you or get your license later. Joyce on her own end, you're not able to connect with them anymore, unlike those who have made the full payment already. Now, having said all of these things, this is basically for those who want to pull out and say, I'm not interested again, I'm angry, the time frame has been really, really annoying to me, and I don't want to continue. So this is what I'm talking. These are what I'm talking to. But for those who say, all right, I now understand that I can get to Bermuda, but the time frame is not clear. It's not 100% assured. It is all decided by the government, but I still want to continue. All right. For those set of people who are saying, I still want to continue, I want to get through the process, and we get to Bermuda by the grace of God, all of that. Then those people will be on a particular page. We continue to meet every Sunday for those particular group of people. Continue to pray like we have been praying. We continue to do all the applications we are doing. Put in more energy. Put in more whatever. Coerce joys. Put pressure. Look for further platform. Look for every means to ensure that those people will eventually get from that. But the only plus around this is that, unlike before, when we have said a so time it will happen, then we'll not be able to have a time. And of course, when it's time for it, I mean, we are hopeful. This is just the word hopeful, not an assurance of my own self. But we are hopeful to God that as we are praying to God and we are trusting God and we are believing God, that things will begin to work out in a way that will favor those people so that they will be able to have the access that they need and the help that they need and the guide that they need to be able to engage Bermuda eventually. And I trust for that to happen. That is for people that are willing to continue. Now, for the last stage, that's the fourth proposal. This is people that are saying, I don't want to continue with Bermuda, but I don't want to pull out. I want to change pathway, maybe to UK, for example. I know that people that have spoken to me who are already in the UK platform and said they want to change to Bermuda. Now they're saying, I don't want to pull out entirely. I want to change platform to UK platform. I would be supporting them with UK platform with a particular amount or towards a particular thing and for free. I will be giving them guidance to the UK for free. I won't take any enrollment fee, and I will also be sponsoring their visa process. I'll be supporting them with their visa process at the point of visa. And if I have any extra support I can give to ensure that the UK process works through and get to the end, I will give it to them 100%. So somebody has approached me to say, I want to switch to the UK. What can I do? I don't know if the person is on this platform yet or the person is not on this platform. What can I do? Then I will be able to give them the support that they need, the guidance that they need, and the help that they need to be able to get to UK. But I will take them out of that platform. Now, this does not have to do with whether you are about to start, you are about to finish, you have license, you don't have license, or whatever. It's open to any group. You understand? So, but the only difference will now be that instead of you to remain on that platform, you will be taken out of the platform into a new platform. I mean, not the new now, because I'm currently helping people for UK into the current UK platform for us to continue the UK process with you. And then whatever financial support that I have given to those people that put that of the Bermuda, I will give them to you. At the same time, I will also be helping you with the OSCE training for free. If you have not made any payment previously, I'll be helping you with your IELTS exams for free, CBT exams for free. Of course, if you need to pay for the exams, you will pay. But I will calculate the amount that I've paid to those people that took compensatory fee for people that pull out, and I will give that equal amount. Then you now decide how you want the money to be spent, whether you want me to spend it on this or that. Then we can decide how the money will be spent, and then I will do that for you for free. It's depending on how you decide the money to be, how you decide how the money will be spent, and then we support you through so that you can get to the UK, get your exams done, get your pay, and then possibly get a job in the UK. So all of these things that I'm doing, they are not convenient for me. As a matter of fact, I didn't have a plan that this will happen until July, when I just had a meeting that I should begin to think, if this thing is going beyond the time that has been planned, what do I intend to do? And I began to think in my head what I intend to do. So it's not convenient financially, it's not convenient physically, but because of the fact I've used my mouth to say it, then I will have to stand by what I have said and take responsibility if it did not work out as planned. So how much is the amount I intend to give as a compensatory fee to those people that intend to pull out at whatever level, apart from those who have not made choice at all? I mean, the people that have made choice, who have not made at all, and they're just waiting to increase. I mean, they made some what I call commitment fee. So you made some commitment fee, and you don't want to continue. You will refund the commitment fee. Also, apart from those who pay commitment fee, those people that are saying, all right, I want to, I don't want to continue, even though I believe that this thing is going to work, but I don't want to continue. You understand? The amount I intend to pay to them is 500K. Now, that 500K, is it enough as compensatory fee? No, it's not enough as compensatory fee. It is very small. It's about 1/7 of the entire amount. So what I intend to do is that I'll be making that payment for those people that intend to pull out over a period of 6 months, depending on how many people that are willing to pull out, and depending on their situation, because I know that definitely we have a situation. Now, this is outrightly not uh, uh, you know, depending on whether they have gotten opportunity. Because I know people will say, if you have gotten opportunity for job, I mean for interview, at least you have tried. I'm not going to be doing that. So whether you have had an interview or not, as long as you are saying you are putting out, and whether you have make full payment or not, it doesn't matter. Whatever the case. But what I intend to do after a period of 6 months, watching the process of proceedings of things, is that, and of course, watching how easy the whole process flows, hopefully without any noise, and everybody is able to connect with each other without us having rancor. I intend to make another payment to those people of that same amount over another 6 months. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to also put myself under extreme financial pressure, knowing fully well that it's a dealings with a number of people, and also for me to be able to prepare myself for that extensive process. It's going to be quite sacrificial. But I do believe that some people might want to say, all right, I want to just continue the process, and hopefully we will get to the end of it. While some may say, I want to pull out. So it's going to be more like paying 500K in 2 installments, not 500, not 50, 500, 500. But first batch will be first 6 months, second batch will be second 6 months. But that second 6 months will be depending on if, for example, now while this was going on, some of them were able to get a job with Bermuda, maybe while they were connecting with Joyce on their own, then obviously that would not be paid. Or perhaps anything happened that probably they were able to get some other quality, or they are saying, don't worry about that, and we keep it as that. So, but I'm taking this step, again, to also enforce to people's mind that I am not having the intention to defraud anybody of their funds. This particular week has been a very, very tough week because of some of the statements that people made to me. I mean, each time I speak to people about this issue, we talk on a very simple note. The big contention around this issue is the stress people have gone through to get money. I am in Nigeria, and I know that Nigeria is tough. What we need to be discussing should not be a reason to make me feel afraid. I received threats. Somebody sent a message to me that I'll be blacklisted by nursing council. And I'm like, will threat be the right approach? That when we make him to be afraid, he will now say, I want to do this. No, I'm not doing that because of the threat that I received. I've already planned this since July. I'm a human being. I believe I'm a Christian. I have conscience. I can think. I'm reasonable. And I have a woman heart. I'm not a goat. So get to the point to decide that I was going to be paying that particular sum for those who decided to retract was a long process. But it was simple because I knew that as much as it was not in my heart to defraud the people at the beginning, then it will be easy for me to get that money, because it is not a matter of the money itself. It's a matter of finding a way for people to be able to get some form of satisfaction at the end. Now, having said all of this I've said so far, not everybody is in the same situation. Some people might say, I want to continue with the Bermuda process. I believe God will help us to get to the end of it. I'll get my job as been prophesied. I believe the word of God is going to happen and everything will happen. I'm not driving to the way. We are going to have a nice time. We pray and we get to Bermuda at the end of the day. But the only thing that we now need to do for those set of people is that take your mind away from myself or just to say it is based on what myself or just is doing that will make us get there. It is going to be based on our faith in God, prayer and help of God to make the Bermuda people to begin to do the things that they were not doing before, maybe getting a bit faster. That is what is the new process for those set of people. And if that happens, number one, pressure will get away from myself or just why is this? Why is that? We know that it's a place of prayer, and if anything changes, it's God that answered the prayer, and miracle has happened. Then we are moving. All right. For those who want to go for the NMC option, the UK option, the UK NMC, we just sweep ourselves across. We don't need to make any payment for now. We look at the analysis of what you have paid initially. Of course, I can't take responsibility for the ones I've gone to judge, but the ones you have paid to me, and then what I have to pay to you, we'll now see how we can put it into some other things. Perhaps if you have not made any payment for the OSCE class, or maybe for accommodation we get to the UK, or for visa process, or for some exams you want to do, or for training, we'll be able to divert into all of that. And then we can go through that process together and trust God that at the end of the day, you'll be able to get your job in the UK at the end, which is, for me, a very good thing for those people. And for those that say, I want to pull out, we look at your situation. Are you currently just joining with commitment? Are you currently, have you connected with church, but have not got to the level of submission to Bermuda? Have you submitted to Bermuda already? Or have you gotten your license? Or have you got interview? So we look at those platforms, but whatever platform that you find yourself will determine whether you're going to have the money that you paid in back. And obviously, I've said it that it will have to also do for those who have already content judge and have gotten to a particular level but not submission. Just has to make a decision, and based on the contract, definitely we know she cannot say she wants to refund naturally. It has to be by conversion, concession, okay, this and that. Let's see how we can, push it together, and then we can make a refund. And of course, that will be possible. For those people that have gone beyond that phase of the point of submission of their license, definitely you can't speak just about anything. We can't have a conversation with just about anything. It's going to be basically a matter of uh, uh, a compensatory fee, which I've already shared how it is going to be. Now we have the conversation of the timing based on the time you joined. Of course, that will also determine the timing. And of course, those who have joined earlier, definitely get earlier. Those who joined later, you get later. And then the timing of instrumental pay. And of course, if anything changes, we will not have to do the other one. So just to make it clear and easy. Okay. Having said all of these things, okay, I want to significantly express my sympathy for everyone for the emotional conflict that's taken place over the period of time, including those people that have also spoken evil to me or spoken negatively to me. I just want to say I'm sorry for whatever it is I've made you to do, or made you to think, or made you to feel, or how you have made you to react. For I believe most people will not want to even say the things that they have said. So I apologize for creating that aura for which that will happen. Having made clarity, I want to plead emphatically with everybody. Please, desist to make any form of negative conversations about this particular matter. Instead, look into yourself and take the decision that you want to take about this particular journey. If you need to have any conversation with me, maybe further outside of all of these things, maybe you want to make a further clarification, or you want to maybe give a further clarity, or you want to, whatever it is that you want to do on this matter, please let it be void of any form of negativity. I'm pleading with us for Christ's sake. We don't need to try. I've said this before that whatever is going to happen on this matter, we have to come from positivity. We don't need to try out of the place of somebody is going to be put down. Somebody almost even caused me, caused my generations, and I'm wondering if the cause that you are saying, because it will not come to pass, but if that cause happen, what benefit will it bring to? Will it bring anything of a benefit to the person? More so, it is not a matter of actual hatred or intentional hatred or intentional wickedness. I want to make people to suffer. There wasn't a matter of that. It's a matter of a desire to want to help people to transit out of the country, looking at the platform that was going on and looking at the opportunities that were going on, and it was going to make them come with a price, you understand? So I want whoever wants to communicate about matter, please let us talk about take away the negativity. It's not necessary. It doesn't add to the process. It doesn't make, in fact, it only cause fear and all manner of things. It doesn't, for me, I don't think it will make any addition. And the way we have spoken, I'm going to open ground for people to talk now, make their comments. But I want us to understand that negativity does not have any positive impact in itself. It will only bring destruction and damage. I mean, you understand my point? I mean, if people speak negative to me and it affects my work, it affects my children, it affects my wife, the capacity able to do what I'm supposed to do to make people happy will be taken away. So at the end of the day, it will be more loss. If, for example, now, maybe because of the way people are talking and everything, I just die, God forbid. Mr. Simeon has died, though. Now, when you hear that Mr. Simeon has died, for example, God forbid, it will not happen. In case, it depends on you have that kind of story. Will anything positive happen eventually? We are as good as that. So the person wanted to even help to talk about how we resolve matter has finally died. So yeah, what do we now do? Nothing. My wife will be crying, my children will be crying. So would that add any positivity? No. So I'm insisting that we make this matter to be less than what it is, no matter the value that we are facing, which actually is very negative, in itself. But negative will not deal with negative. Negative will not cover negative, will not wipe negative. Negative cannot wipe negative. It's not possible for negative to wipe negative. Not possible. And if negative will not wipe negative, then let's put away with negative. There's already negative on ground. There's a crisis, there's a problem, there is an issue, there's delay, there's pressure. The loan people are pursuing this and that. But that issue is already negative issue. It is not there's no negative, there's not much negative that will now put on my person, on the MCA as institution or whatever, that will now make that negative to change. No. It is positive that we make that negative change. Light will actually shine and outshine darkness, not the other way around. You understand? I am very aware of the little bit of struggle that has come through with this. And of course, I've learned a very huge lesson of how I'm able to communicate on issues in the future. I've decided to take responsibility for it by taking the steps I've taken now. I want anyone that wants to communicate further with you to desist from anything negative. If you have spoken anything negative about it, please go ahead and let people see this video if that will help them to clarify it. And if you don't consider it easy, or you don't want to let them see the video, please speak to them. This is the situation of things. This is what he said before. This is what he's saying now. This is what he tried to do now, and the matter will be resolved. On the logistics of matter, it will be individual conversation. We will discuss how we will do what we want to do, when it's going to happen, and all of that. All those things will happen seamlessly. I like to know that I love every single person on this platform. If it is in my power, I want to even go ahead and refund the outright money back to everybody. But it's not in my power to do that. And that's the reason why I have made up my mind on that particular token I intend to give, knowing that it's not enough. But I believe it is going to at least salvage something to a little bit of an extent, at least to some little extent. And for those people that are saying they want to continue, happy with me to continue with the process, they are not having a negative about the issue. Of course, I know some people must continue. For example, those who are already on the Bermuda must continue. And those people that are still trusting to have their interviews, they want to continue as well. And I know not everybody wants to pull away from this process, but I would like us to know those individuals that are happy to continue. We will take our prayer to the next level. Let me tell you something. I am still very convinced that as many as are willing on this process to get to Bermuda, they will get there. I am 100% convinced. There is no doubt in my mind about it. It has not shifted one bit. Okay? But, like I have said before, which is 2 to 4 weeks to get to Bermuda, I'm now coming to say, as far as the time frame is concerned, it is not in my own capacity to decide it. It is the capacity of God and the Bermuda government. And since we can talk to God, we continue talking to God. And we continue doing our applications, continue making our efforts, looking at other countries' opportunity, and see now it opens, and then trust God that as we do all of these things, for those who are still in the process, we will eventually get to Bermuda at the end. And of course, wherever it is that we want to go. And for those who say, I'm frustrated, it's not possible, I can't continue, please do not consider it a wickedness from my end that I put you this process. It was not an act of wickedness, it was an act of wanting to help. And because it has to come with a price, that is the reason why you have made that payment. But there's a contract that protects that price. And it is the little that I can do in my own capacity to make convention that I'm trying to do now. Trusting that everything will work out fine. There will be divine provision. I mean, those people who choose to pull out will be compensated at the level for which I could and do it. And trusting that at the end, everybody will be satisfied, the pressure will be eased, and there'll be, happiness everywhere without any confusion. So after said all of this, I'm going to give room for those people that wants to, ask questions or make clarifications or make comments or say anything to go ahead and say, but please, like I said, no negativity. Please, for the sake of God, no negativity. For the sake of God, no negativity. Please. We can say whatever we want to say without being negative. We can say, I've taken responsibility, I've come out, I've made my statements, and as much as I'm willing to help, as much as I'm willing to pay, but please, for the sake of God Almighty, there's no room for negativity. No room for negativity. And as we are there to this, God Himself will help us and will make things to be, He will open the way for us. He will make things to be clear for us. We will not miss our destiny. Every negative word that has been said is reversed, and everybody will be happy at the end of the day. So I've opened the channel now. If you want to speak, kindly just see your face. You can unmute your video and you can speak. All right? God will help us. So, like I said, it's currently being here. It's on YouTube. After this particular process, the link will be passed so that people, maybe our families want to watch it, our friends want to watch it. And I will also put this on my YouTube channel. I will put part of it on my platform so that it can be made clear to the whole world. I have come back to say what I have said, and that there is no hidden agenda. There is no strategy around wanting to defraud people. No hidden secrets. No nothing to, maybe because I want to get people to sweat to death. That's the reason why that. Nothing like that. This is the current situation of things. And if you're willing to continue, I am hopeful because of what God has spoken to me. And I am insisting that I have not shifted on that ground and you will get the job. But the timing is what we are having a concern with, which for me has been the real gloss around people's agitation. And that is the reason why this video is being done. So please, if you want to ask any question, you want to make any clarification, you want to see anything, you are free. You can unmute your video or your audio, speak. You can unmute your video and speak. And then after that, we end. We have a short prayer and we will end the meeting. I will wait for 3 minutes. So because we have done 1 hour, 3 minutes already. I don't intend for us to go more than 1 hour. So I'll wait for like 3 or 4 minutes for whoever that wanted to speak, and then they can speak. And we trust God that there will not be any confusion. Thank you, everyone. All right. So while I'm waiting for people to speak, please, for those people that eventually get to hear this video, if you, whatever decision you want to make, let it be known to me. Just send the message. I mean, everybody has my contact. Send a message to me. This is what I want to do. Then we have a comprehensive conversation on the basis for which it's going to be done. It's very simple. There's no conflict or confusion. We'll just speak about how the proceedings will go. If you want to continue, there's no problem. You just continue. So let me know what you intend to do. All right. And if you're not making any step, you just want to continue, want to do the process, just go on with the process. Then for each individual, we can begin to look at individuals one after the other to see what step you're taking, timing and everything. For those who want to divert to UK and all of that. If you ask me, what should do I have any advice? I don't have any advice. So I'll just say that do what you consider to be most pressing to you, but consider it from a future perspective. Don't consider it from a past perspective. What will likely give you a better prospect in the future? That's what I'll just say. No, I don't have any specific advice as to which options to be taken. But I just am saying that for those who are in Bermuda process, you will get to Bermuda. Time, no idea. Will it be early? It is God that knows. Will it be late? It is God that knows. But I won't be able to say, because I am learning to not say things that at the end of the day, people will hold me by my own and say, you said this, sir. You said it. You said it. I don't want to say that again. But as for that Bermuda, you get there. For those people that are in that process, I am assuring you on that by the grace of God, not by my own power, by the grace of God. It's going to happen. Yeah. It is already, we have 1 minute more for those people that probably want to speak a word. And of course, for those who watch this video later, if you still want to direct any question to me, any clarification to me, you want to make any clarification, you want to maybe sort out something, you want to find out anything about the issue, please feel free to chat me. We will have the conversation, and then we'll be able to make conversations. I mean, clarify any of the things that we need to clarify. And like I said, the content, the Bermuda candidate content page will be open. But I want to plead with us, for heaven's sake, no more derogatory statements, no more attack on individuals, no more a statement that portray as if you are trying to insult somebody or make somebody to feel threatened. No more like that. We don't need it. As far as I'm concerned, we are only dealing with money. God is the one that provides money, and the money He will provide even much more. I believe we are trying to trust God for more money in the future. He will give us more money in the future. We will go beyond all of these things, and at the end of the day, it will become a laughing issue for everybody. In Jesus' mighty name.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for your word of encouragement, your prayers and everything. I really appreciate, sir. But in my own perspective, I just want to ask that, what if we that will believe that Bermuda will still work by the grace of God, but physically, like let's say individually or personally, the license will expire next year, and now we've used a year automatically. We've used 1 year now without anything for some of us.
Yeah.
Because you said some have reached interview stage, so I don't know about that. But for some of us, that's nothing, no job, no interview, nothing. And the license will expire next year. So let's say we are not pulling out, we are still in the process, and the license eventually expired without work. So is it that they are going to help those people with maybe another opportunity in another company, in another country, or they will have to pay again for renewal of that license to continue again with the Bermuda? I don't know if you get me, sir.
Yes, I got the question. I made a mistake. I didn't involve the people that said they wanted to leave the platform earlier, and I have to quickly send the link to them so that they can join the meeting now. You just give me 1 minute to do that. I don't know why my phone is just very ridiculously slow. So I don't know. So just give me 1 minute to do that so that it doesn't look like as if I'm trying to avoid, or let me say, I mean, not want them to attend the meeting. You understand? Please just give me 1 minute. Let me quickly sort that out. I will answer that question now. My phone is just ridiculously slow. I don't know why. Please, 1 minute, please. Please. Okay. Oh, just very, very disturbing. This my phone is just acting like. Okay. So just a minute, please. I don't know. I don't know why this has happened today. Anyways, I believe they'll be able to watch it later. Okay. Now, let me quickly answer that question. So, if it's possible for you to mute your phone, if you're not speaking, I think it would be good. That it will be easy for you to be able to hear what I'm saying. Now, for those people that have said they wanted to continue, all right? And since we have said we don't have a time frame to when the whole process will end, especially around the year of the time, the um, job opportunity, all right? First, I want to say is that I will, I will be very, very. I mean, I'm not going to make any words that sound like a promise to say you will get the job before the next one, because that will also mean that I'm trying to put myself into a a kind of pool to say that's what I said. I said that. So I don't want to say that. What I would rather say is that we are going to ensure that you don't have to make any extra payments regarding the Bermuda process until you get that particular opportunity. I personally will ensure that. So, on that context, or based on that context, what it will imply is that you will not need to make any payment. If that will come up, then personally, I will take the responsibility on myself. But we are having a very strong hope that you will not have to get to that point before you get the job. You get the job before that time. But so that I will not look to say, I've promised and I'm still failing. Let's just keep it up. But like I'm just take my word for it. And my word for it is that you won't have to you know still make any payment until that opportunity. I will take that responsibility on myself because of what I've said now that you get a job. So you won't need to go ahead and still want to pay for maybe license that have been expired or whatever. We will deal with that. But I am saying that there is a strong hope that you will not have to get to that point before you get the opportunity. You won't get to that point. Is that okay? I
All
think I
right,
want
sir.
to hold
Thank
the question. That's my phone is just doing something that I cannot explain. My phone is messing up so badly. And this is not fair
you, sir.
because you're welcome. You know,
Please, sir, you said concerning the compensation that you want to pull out. So
yes,
for those that want to pull out, so you said you are going to pay 500,000 for either any stage that you are, either you are, except from those that that have not been able to make the final payment, that they paid little, they could not complete. So you said every other person that wants to pull out, either you've gotten license, either you are on job application or whatsoever it is 500,000 that you are going to compensate them with.
Yes. So, but let me
But
further clarify that so that will make it easier to understand. Okay. So what I said was that for those people that intend to pull out from the process, or that want to come through from the process because of whatever reason that they are stating, number one, we are going to be, and they have not started, they have started with Joyce, they have got level of submission, they're about to get license, they're getting license, or they've done interview. I'm going to be paying them 500K for the first 6 months. If anything changes in that 6 months, there will not be any further payments.
like if anything changes as well, if they were able to get their license,
no, they have to get the job in Bermuda.
the
Maybe
job,
why they are communicating with Joyce, because they won't compete through me anymore. Why are communicating with
okay.
Joyce? They now got the job in Bermuda, or probably they got a better opportunity, maybe out of Bermuda, not through me, but through Joyce or whatever it is.
That is for
Then I
those
will
that
not be
have
able to.
license already or what?
For those that have license, even if they don't have license, but they have gone to they are in the phase of submission.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But for those people that have not gone to the phase of submission, they are still at the level of I'm about to submit. I'm not submitted, I'm still in the verification process, I'm still in the verification process. I will still just consider reneging on the amount she has and giving them back. It has to be up to us to decide. But I will also be making payments to those people too, on my own end. You understand? Based on the amount that they have also paid it. But of course, like I said, it's going to be individual conversations with those people and then with Joyce as well. So whatever agreement I end up making with Joyce, I will also make it known to them. And then from that basis, we now decide what we can do to deal with that. Whether, okay, since Joyce is not willing to make any payments, I will make this payment to you. But obviously, it's going to be a conversation between me and them, and we have that conversation and to be very clear what we intend to do. Do you understand? Is that very clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Please, do we still have other questions? I really wish I can get.
So what of those that have license already? Okay, let me say people that is in my own stage now already. Now, is this the 500,000 that you are giving them?
Yeah, what I said to this particular 5,000 I'm paying is nothing has to do with those who have license or those who don't have license. It's those that have already got the phase of submission. So I'm going to 500 twice, not 50, 500, 500. But the first 500 will be the first 6 months. If anything changes in their journey, maybe they got the job, then I will not pay the second 500. But that second 500 is going to be in the second 6 months. Do you get the picture?
So that's 1 million.
October, that's 1 million. From October.
Okay, then I'm paying for individual.
Individual. From October, but it's not going to be 1 million, bam, like that. No.
Yeah.
500 for the first 6 months. The next 6 months, another 500. And this is because just to allow for ease, so that I will not be.
But if you get job in between, you will not get the other 500,000.
Oh, yes. Okay. That's for those who want to pull out.
Okay.
For those who
good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sorry, please. I'm just joining because the link was just sent to me now.
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry, please. I'm completely lost, please. Can you just recap everything you said? Don't be angry.
All right. No worries. I'm even trying to see I can add the other link or get the other people that are not able to see this link because I completely forgot about the second group. You understand? Now, of course, this particular video is on YouTube already, so it's also going to give room for further elaboration later. But please, in part of that, I'll be talking very fast. Don't misunderstand what I wanted to say. And then, if you are done with this meeting, just go on the YouTube. I will set the YouTube link on this page. Listen to whatever has been said on the YouTube, and then make clear clarifications with me later. So, I have said that at the beginning there was a particular statement I made about the timing of this particular opportunity, which is 2 to 4 weeks. Within 2 to 4 weeks, we get opportunity. Now that has not happened, and I'm not coming out to say that that is no more true. It's not 2 to 4 weeks anymore. Now, based on that change that's taking place, which has nothing to do with myself or Joy, but has happened right now, I'm taking responsibility for the fact that I give that expectation, raised people's expectation, and people have not been able to attain that expectation based on what they had from my mouth. But there's a contract protecting our this particular process, and because there's a contract protecting this process, then I will have to respect that contract, but circumvent it to ensure that for those people that I might be considering that they wanted to pull out, I will now be willing to go out of my way to make a compensation to them depending on the level that they work. And I gave 4 examples. For people that have made commitment fee, they will have their commitment fee paid back if they don't want to continue. For people that have paid a fee, but they have not started the process of license submission with Joyce, they will have part of their money back from my end, and I will speak to Joyce, consider refunding them the money that she has had with them because they have not started the licensing procedure. But that will have to be up to her because they might have breached the contract of 4 weeks gap. And if he decided that she's going to refund them the money, then we'll be fine with that. If he decides she's not going to refund them the money, then I will now have a conversation with them on how we can make up for that. That will be a one-on-one conversation. Then for people that have already crossed beyond the level of license submission, they have already submitted license, or they have gotten the license, or they have got the level of interview. They have either submitted license, submitted the license procedure process, they have gotten license, or they have already got to the level of maybe interview. What we intend to do is to, and they want to pull out. That's the other clause. They don't want to go with Bermuda because they are fed up, they are frustrated. What we're going to do for them is that if you try to pull out, we'll be doing a compensation fee of 500K within the first 6 months. If there is any change that takes place within that first 6 months, maybe there was a job that came up with Bermuda while you are sitting with Joyce and you're able to cross over, then there will not be opportunity for the second compensation, which is the second 500K for the next 6 months. So in short, it will be 1 million, but payable twice. First 500K in the first 6 months, 500K second 6 months. Why we are doing that is so that there can be some form of ease. Left to me, I would have loved to put on every month, but it's practically impossible because I will probably need to get from Joyce to do that. But based on what I have with Joyce, I can't go ahead and say, yeah, Joyce, the money that you have submitted to this, the one that you have used to support people, whatever, we have bring it back. I can't do that with her. It is my responsibility. I made the choice to work with her, and I'm taking responsibility for the little bit of each that we're having with it. And that's the reason why I'm making my own choice as a person to make this payment without having to, go ahead and break the contract with her. It's going to be quite sacrificial on my own end, but it's all right. And trusting that everything will go on clean and fine. But for those people that are saying, I don't want to pull out. At the same time, I don't want to continue down that process, but I want to switch to UK process. 100% well and good. We'll be supporting with UK process. We'll be giving you the necessary lectures. I will be sponsoring the visa fee, and I'll be sponsoring a few other fees, maybe IELTS, CPT, and some few stuff, accommodation fee, and all of that for those people. That is going to be within the range of the amount that I've made for the convention for those people, while they be doing some other things to ensure that they're able to come to the UK business. And we're trusting God they also get the job in UK. Why some people that say, all right, I want to continue, I trust it's going to work out, even though it's going to take time, but I want to continue with it. We completely support them, we put our energy, we keep on meeting on Sunday, we keep on praying on Sunday, we keep on applying whatever we need to do, we keep on doing it to ensure that at the end they will be able to get the opportunity. Yeah, I'm just feeling so sad that I'm not able to connect with that other group that we opened, and it will look like as if one intentionally did not want to let them attend the meeting. That's the way that's the feeling that's going to create now. I mean, look at my
Sorry, sir.
phone. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. If I should understand what you're saying, please, are you saying that those of us that paid 3.5 completely, that how are you going to, please, I want to really know that place. How do you intend to reimburse the money, please?
Okay, so
Those
like I
of us
said,
that paid complete and don't want to continue again, please.
yeah, like I said that refunding, the word refunding is practically impossible. I've said that
Okay,
I've said that over and over again. And of
okay, sir.
course, I mean, I don't think we need to even go into that conversation about, okay, why is it not possible, this and that. I've said that before, and I think we all should understand that, practically speaking, refunding of this kind of nature is only trying to put ourselves into unnecessary pressure. So I am saying now that I've already said what I intend to do on those lines. I don't want to keep repeating myself over and over again.
Because
So
I don't understand. Don't be angry, sir. Don't be angry, sir.
no,
Are you
I'm not
saying that,
angry. I'm
okay,
not
me
angry
that
at
I
all.
paid, sorry, me that I paid 3.5 and it's only license I've gotten, please. How much are you, sorry, not refunding. How much are you compensating me with and when, please?
I've already stated that. I don't know whether anybody heard what I said so far. Please, is it
Just,
possible for
just the point.
I want to,
Don't,
I want to
sorry,
clarify
don't
something.
just say long. Just say the
Wait,
point. Like, when
wait,
are you
wait,
reimbursing and
wait,
how
wait.
much, please?
I've said it now. I've said it.
Like, because you said long, so you said so much, so I don't understand. Just say the two things, like when and
Okay,
how
so
much, please.
for you to understand what I'm saying, that's why I'm asking that anyone that has listened to me so far should just, maybe it's only that, of course you just joined now. So I'm trying to pull out for anyone that has listened to me to kind of give a summary of what I've said. Maybe that will help you to further understand it. And I've made it very clear on this platform that I mean, over the last 1 week, I've had a lot of tension with negativity, so much pressure, negative pressure from all manner of statements. And now I've been pleading with anyone that cares to listen, if it is possible, whatever you want to say, let's just try and get negativity out of the picture.
Okay, sir.
It's very possible to want to make a statement and you are really burning your heart. But it's not until when there's a team of threats or a team of insult before that's when we now be landing on that person. No, we can still make a statement known and we will still not have any form of insult involved in the matter. All right. I've been speaking for the last almost 1 hour or more, and I've made a lot of statements. In addition to what I want to say now, please kindly go ahead and listen to that video all over again, and then you know we can always have further conversations on an individual basis. So what I said has been that for those people that have already gone beyond the space of submitting of license. Maybe they have gotten their license, or they are getting to the point of maybe having an interview or getting shortlisted, and they are not interested in continuing the process. And I'll be making a compensatory payment of 500K, and I'll be paying that 500K in two different times. 500K in the first 6 months and 500K in the second 6 months, depending on if before the second 6 months they have opportunity of getting the job around that time outside of my own effort, maybe while they are speaking with joy or whatever means that they wanted to use. You understand? All right. So I've said that I've said this like 3 times now. And please, if you still want us to have further conversation about it and you consider you needed to maybe some further conversation, please let it not be on this platform. Let me have a conversation with you on a one-on-one basis, and then I can further explain what I so that we don't have to keep people waiting unnecessarily. All right. So
Sir,
first of all,
please, can you open the group that you added us to? Can you open the group? Because we are just in the group. You lost the group that you
I've,
created and added us. Just
yes,
open the group so that we can communicate, please.
yes, I've said that. I've said I'm going to open that group. And I've said I'm going to open all the groups that have been locked. The reason why I locked all those groups was because of how people have been managing with all form of negativity. All right. So thank you everyone for the time that you have spent so far, listening. I want to apologize to Blessing for not connecting with that group earlier. It completely skipped my mind, to be honest. And now, since the stuff is aired on YouTube, you can immediately without me having to go and copy anything. I will simply send the link on the platform for people to listen. And then after you have listened, if you want to speak to me, you want to have any further conversation, chat me and we can ask for conventions, and then we now talk about modalities. And for those people that want to make decisions, please go ahead. Don't feel intimidated about decisions you want to make. It is basically everything that is talked. We are doing right now is just finances and progress. We will simply talk about timings on number one. I'll be telling you number one, when you join the group, when I'll be making the first payment with you, and then when it's time for the second payment, I'm telling you when I make second payment with you. I'm making it very clear on the timing, and we work towards it to see that it works as simply as we have
Hello, sir.
discussed it.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, please don't be angry. I'm not comfortable with the amount you said you want to compensate. I'm not comfortable with the amount because I paid 3.5 and at least I should have nothing less than 2 million back, please. I'm not comfortable with the pattern you want to pay and the amount you want to pay. You'll say you pay 500,000, then now, whether in 6 months' time you balance something like that. Then how about 2.5? What did I get in the 2.5 million? Is it just the license? Please, I'm not comfortable with the amount you are compensating and the time frame. Please don't be angry. I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah, no, I'm not angry, but I heard what you have said, and honestly speaking, you very much have the right not to be comfortable. As a matter of fact, if I actually decided I was going to pay the 2 million, for instance, might still not be comfortable with that 2 million and say I want 3 million and all of that. So, but like I said, the one reason that I'm going to be going through this particular pathway this way is not for two reasons. Number one, I am doing this on the basis of responsibility. If I have not spoken time factor, maybe I've not said 2 to 4 weeks. Maybe I've just said Bermuda is going to be open. If you want to join. We don't know time you're going to get the opportunity, etc. And all of that. I will not be having to be responsible on that time factor. That's number one. Second reason I'm making this payment this way is because I do believe that a number of persons are going to be involved. And trying not to put yourself under extreme pressure of trying to make payments over a period of people and over a period of time is the reason why I had that, so that at the end of the day, everybody will be able to have access to at least some level of finances at a particular given time without one person being put to the side. Do you understand? And that is it. So if you're going to be looking at it from that perspective, then it's basically not, normally I'm not ideally supposed to be paying any money back. For example, if I've not said anything to do with time, let me put that word, I'm working on the integrity of what I've said. Is the reason why I'm doing this now. If I'm not spoken about time, if it was about the UK project that I didn't tell people, okay, by so time you're going to, nobody has ever come to me to say, for the lessons I pay for my UK, you have to pay me back because I've not gotten it. Nobody has ever come to me to do that for UK. But because I've come to talk about time factor, that's the reason why I am taking responsibility. It's a responsibility based on expectations that have been raised. And based on what I believe that I can afford as at this time over a person that might be willing to take that step, is the reason why I'm taking. And if maybe not many people come out to say they want to pull out, and maybe we don't have a lot of people, then I can say, all right, let me just do a straight 1 million for the individual that's involved. You get my point now. But like I said, on the issue of your not being comfortable, I want to make this point clear. It is not there's no possibility around me making any conversion with Joyce as it relates to finances. For those people that have already gone beyond submission of license, there's no possibility. It's a zero possibility. And it is only a principle that I'm working with. I'm having people that I have to deal with here. Joyce as a person and you as individuals. You understand? I owe a lot of satisfaction and responsibility to you. I'm going extra mile on this matter. I'm taking a bit of stretch on this matter. At the same time, I have Joyce that I also have to respect the contact I have with her individually. You understand? So I can't go to them and Joyce. So remember, if I have the capacity to do that, I will not be making So if you can move, you can move. If I have the capacity by myself to go to church and say, Joyce, bring the money back, I will not be making the money I'm making now. And I will not be willing to also take that and going to be paying the way I want to pay. You get my point? So having that understanding, I like us to look at it from that perspective, not to just see it from this is the amount I pay, this is the amount I want to get, and all of that. If you want to have further conversation as to why I reach this particular amount and why I make sure, I can have that conversation with you on an individual basis. But take note of that normally I should not be making this payment. The reason I'm doing this payment is one, I open my mouth to say 2 to 4 weeks. And it was heard everywhere. It was heard on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. If I have not spoken in a particular time frame, I will not be responsible on time factor. And it will be a matter of you have decided you want to do it. Whichever time is ready, it is ready. And of course, some would have said, for those who have got interview, they should not be asking for a refund. I said no. What they were expecting for was the job. I was one that said 2 to 4 weeks. So I should be able to also deal with it for them. You understand? But I don't want us to see it from a place of maybe because I'm feeling threatened or I'm feeling afraid that if I did not make this payment, something will happen. No. It is not because of the many people pay this week that I'm deciding to make this payment. If I can open my phone and show you where I wrote it in July, that in the month of October, I'll be addressing issues around timing and I've made a comment. It's on my phone. I wrote it since July. Not because anybody spoke to me, not because anybody threatened me, and not because anybody put pressure on me. It's just because of satisfaction. I feel responsible for those who have already given a promise or word of promise to, and I feel that I should need to take extra mile, even if whatever I've said did not work. But while I'm doing that, I'm also working with someone, and that person, we have a contract that is guiding our communication with each other. That is based for our business together. You understand my point? So if I've already decided to break that place with you, I can't go quiet and reach her because she also worked with a specific agreement on what what she's set to do. And what she said to do, she was able to do it. Do you understand? So if we still have further conversation on these things, please let us have a one-on-one conversation, not on this platform. Because
please open the group now. Don't be angry. Just unlock the group now. I mean the one you opened for us. Just open.
I will unlock it, and let something be done. So, but like I said, I am just putting again, just to avoid any future pain for anyone. Please, no more negativity. We are able to communicate as human beings. We don't have to act as though someone is maybe an animal, and it is until you beat the person, someone will not start thinking right. No, we can think, we can talk, and we can communicate without getting to hurt each other. And at the end of the day, what we are looking for is resolution and not fighting. So I want to appreciate everyone for so far that attended this group. I appreciate our cultivation and our communication with each other. I thank you very much because of the fact that you were able to also communicate as much as you're able to communicate, and of course for listening to me as well. All right. For those who have missed this meeting, please, I want you to kindly go ahead before we have any further conversation. Go through everything that I've said so far. Then we will not be able to speak further so that there will not be any missed word. I believe some people have already missed the meeting already. Go through the stuff, and I will say this immediately, the YouTube stuff, so that you can listen to it, and then we can have conversations as to whatever I want to do, and hopefully at the end, what we are looking for, we will get it.
Sir, please, lastly, don't be angry. Are you saying that those that paid 2.5 and did not balance you up, and those that paid 3.5, are you saying that you are compensating them the same amount?
So I've already explained this in the statement I've made before. If you have not made complete payments, it is a dicey issue because you won't be able to go beyond the phase of support when it comes to job opportunities from Joyce. Because after I've paid the commission to you, you would anything leave. You have a license with you. but the license will not do anything if Joyce doesn't give you support of job opportunities. And I'm not going to use just to say, Joyce, so I've paid people some amount to, so don't talk to them again. No, I won't do that. All right. So that means that they won't have access to Joyce anymore. That's the implication when it comes to job opportunity. But of course, it will be up to anyone to decide whether they want that or not. You understand? So for those people, I'm not having anything to do with Joyce. What I have is with them. All right. So I will deal with them based on the conversation we're going to have together. Like I said, not everybody will be treated equally. For those people that already had the full access based on what they have paid, we will be looking at how much you'll be paying them. But the circumstance amount that is going to be based on a normal even rate, was what I've mentioned earlier. You understand my point? But it is individualized in nature, and we'll be having individual conventions relating to that. Do you understand? But the only disadvantage that they we have is that after they have said they want to pull out, just cannot connect them anymore. I believe that for those who have already gotten access to the opportunities were because they have made complete payment, not because they have their license. And for those who that actually had the payment, they had access to them without payment, it was because I personally had to make payment on their behalf. That people have to do that for. You understand? So, having said that, um, I don't know whether I've answered the question. I believe I answered the question on that line. Yeah.
Yeah, you've answered us.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Mr. SPB.
Yeah. Sorry, who is speaking? Okay. Mr. Kunle, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Stevie. I've been listening to you since, and I appreciate your narrative, and I try to understand what is actually happening. In my own opinion, I know quite well that you are doing your best to give us the service that we required from you, and I am not unaware of how things are changing over there in Bermuda as regards our interview, as regards the job offer, as regards many stages that people may have been having difficulties. And with this approach we are giving to it, like trying to compensate, it is quite very thoughtful of you. I must commend that as well, because I know that from the beginning you made some categorical statements about extent to which you can influence job and that of Joyce too. And we all know that you gave us time bound, possibly 4 weeks, which is part of reasons why many people actually jump on the train. So I just want to plead because of all this that if you have thought of it, that you compensate, because this is Nigeria. I mean, virtually everyone on this platform are Nigerians, and
Not
I can
everybody
tell
has
you.
Nigeria, actually. We have one that is not Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can
There's
tell
one that
you
is not
that. I can tell you. Yeah, I can tell you that many of us pull out resources from loan, from friends, stuff like that. And I just want to plead that if you can still add up to it, just like my sister is saying, um, you are trying to do your best. I'm aware of that, but I don't know if you can still add up to that so that uh paying back the loans and moving on will be a bit easier for people. And even myself inclusive, those that wanted to pull out, because I'm quite sure that some will still hang on. Yes, definitely some will still hang on. But whoever deem it fit to pull out, I just want to plead that we should please add up to it. And then I don't know, I know you have thought of it very well. The time frame between the first payment and the second payment. But sir, can it be reduced? Can I say maybe
Okay.
possibly the first tranche should be like 1 million, then another tranche which is not going to be as far as 6 months interval should be like 500. I'm just pleading.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for listening that. Okay. Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate your first of all, I appreciate the fact that you understand the circumstance of what is going on and you're able to also come from that reality of understanding. Um, we are dealing with money here. Money is money. Okay. Um, money is divinely provided by God. Okay. No matter how we get it, it's God that still provides the money. Okay. I like us to kindly, for the sake of being able to achieve this particular aim, all right, because it is one thing to say, I will do it. So I ask you to do it at the time that you said you're going to do it. I don't want to use my mouth to say anything because of this experience I've had now. And then I'll now come back and say, actually, what happened was that this and that. I don't want to do that at all. All right. This is October. We are going to start the payment by October, November, December. Let us kindly see how things will go between October and December for the set first of all I'll be paying for. All right. Let's see how that will go. All right. And how resources will also roll in. Hmm?
Okay.
While we keep it this way, things definitely could change and there'll be a bit of more resources. Okay, on an individual basis. Then I can easily bring a bit of top up to the second uh, part. That is in the event of that happening. But for now, please, for the sake of being able to be accountable for statements, so that I will not end up saying something and then at the end of the day, I'm not able to do it. I have thought a lot about a lot of things, a lot of things. I didn't just come out. I believe you know that it's not just a sudden. If you listen to me very well, you will observe that I'm not talking from a place of pressure. I've
Of course.
I've spoken to people, and I've had a lot of conversations. People have given me all manner of suggestions here and there. Okay, please let's allow for this to happen at the first. I understand that there's pressure. Okay, now if there will be anything that will change based on whatever is going to be happening as at the point in time that this thing began to fold out, I will also let us know. Number two, the number of people that might want to pull out might not be a lot at the end, maybe just a few people, maybe less than 10. All right. In that
Yeah.
event, it becomes easy to say, because we have less than 10 people that are pulling out, let me add to the amount I'll be paid for the compensation for people. You understand? But if people that want to pull out are a lot, and then because right now I don't know anything, I'm blank about what decision people will make, and I'm open about it as well. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
not assured of the exact number of people that want to pull out. I don't know how much it's going to cost for those people. Though I know that I already calculated the amount of what it will cost me if everybody starts the plan. I already calculated that amount. Okay. And I've looked at my resources. I've looked at what I can be able to get. And this is why I give that gap. But if the number didn't happen to reach to that number, then we can crash it down and say, okay, based on that, we'll be able to put additional amount. But for now, so that I can keep to my words and I can be taking for my words. All right. Let's just keep it at that
Yes,
for
sir.
now. Mm. We are not enemies. We are not fighting each other. Okay.
Of course.
When some of these things roll out at the end of the day, there could be small things, bro. Add this, take this amount. You understand? It's easy to do, but at least let's start with that. Now, about the timing of the spacing in between. Okay, let's look at the first 3 months, all right, and see what happens. If I'm able to clear the payments over the next 3 months and there are no more to pay, there's no reason for me to push it to another 3 months. Then easily I'll just say, all right, over the next 3 months we do the remaining. You understand? So now it's
Right.
open, and I'm trying to give gaps for eventualities. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create gap for eventuality. You understand? And so that
Right.
there will not be, I don't want to have any reason to fail anybody. or to turn out to now change and say, so I'm very sorry. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. So I wish we can take it from that perspective and understanding. Do we understand?
Okay.
All
right.
I appreciate our understanding. And to be very honest with us, like I said to you, Bermuda stuff has not changed, but I want to take this step because of the people that already are under a major financial pressure. They are had an expectation it didn't work and they are already under. It will be only humane for me to take this step. But I will also look at how much I can undo within the level for which I can handle for this period of time, so that I don't end up killing myself over this matter. Because it is my living body that should do this for, not my dead body. So bringing all of these things into consideration, we have to take it step after step. And nobody wants to do business whereby you have to begin to pay people money back. But I have to do this because I know that it was not people made decisions that were very tough to get to this point. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, please.
Of course. Of course.
I appreciate us. And I want to say thank you very much for speaking the way you spoke. I do really believe that everybody can speak like that, but some people, the pressure sometimes don't allow them. But I also feel that no matter the pressure, we can still speak and we will not still abuse each other. Yes. I don't think it must we get to the point of we must abuse the person. The person will now know that you know what you are saying. I don't think we get to that point. But like I said, thank you very, very much. God is going to help us. We will not fail. And at the end of the day, beyond the Bermuda issue, the desire of our to be granted, I believe many people wanted to be able to travel out of the country. Beyond this particular issue, God will open way for everybody, and everybody will be able to get to the place that they are going to without any pressure and without any extra negativity, without any extra financial stress. In Jesus' name. I don't know if you still have any further questions. All right. So if there are no further questions, okay, yes, please. I see somebody wants to speak. Yes, please. Go on, please.
Please, I didn't get you very well. But if I may get you now, with what you have just, are you saying all the money we paid was sent to George, or that you will now give us money out of your own pocket to compensate us?
Okay. So
that place will be clear.
There's a when we started this process, I made it clear there's a particular fee called third party fee. The third party fee. Definitely just add, and I made it clear that Joy add 9/10 of the amount that was paid. So you calculated that 9/10 is going to be around 3.1 or 3.2 M. You understand? Now, the amount that I am paying back now is not only the amount that came to me, it's actually going beyond it. And the reason I intentionally am making my decision to make that payment is because I just want to see how it could play a level of relief without going to make Joyce to renege on our own contracts. Because while this is happening now, I still have to also respect the contract I have with Joyce as well. So it is actually above what was sent to Joyce. What I picked out of the money that I'm paying back now. If I want to take the amount I'm paying back now, that is, I won't be paying $1 million. I will not be giving people $1 million. So it's not a refund. That's why I'm trying to correct the idea of it being a refund. I'm not paying a refund back. I'm not trying to refund people their money back. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm doing what I call comparative fee, and it is highly sacrificial, but I will do it.
Okay, so that means more than 3 million out of our money is being sent to Joyce. For example, now that like now 3 million or over 3 million is being paid to her. Is that what you are saying?
I've already answered the question. Yes. I've already answered that question. Yeah.
So is it that she used the whole money for the license?
Okay. Now, when it comes to what Joyce has done, Joyce had a fixed amount of payment that she took, not just about the license, but she had a fixed amount that she took. It covered every other thing. It wasn't the money for license that Joyce just took, okay, money for license. No. She had other things that she did, maybe for example, DHL, whatever it is, or whatever third party, whatever it is. The recruitment team know what they do when it comes to all of these things. Not only that, she was willing to also support with those people that are willing to get consultation, and that is purely Joyce issue, or Joyce fee, or whatever it is that has to do with Joyce. I have actually agreed to work with Joyce, hearing that fee, and I also spoke with people about it. You understand? I didn't argue with it then. It's not now. I'm not going to start paying Joyce. Just so that money that you took is too much. It's too late to do that. And for me, it is just kind of going to cause undue, going to dig undue issues where it is not. Everybody made the agreement with Joyce. Everybody's hyper with Joyce. Joyce spoke to people on phone about these issues that she's saying. He spoke to people on what she's going to be doing and what she's not going to be doing. So we have gone beyond the level of going to where Joyce, make account for the money you spend. We have already gone past that level. And except you want us to be pulling you that is, pulling you that's not there. It's for me, I feel it's unnecessary because that will not actually, it will only bring up undue legal issues and make undue noise. I personally feel that because she has not said in her own self that she wants to stop working with people that are on that case. If anybody decides to pull out, it has to be their own choice to do so. I am not just doing this because I, as a person, am afraid people's expectation based on a time frame that was not workable. If I didn't mention any time frame, I won't be making any payment as at this time now. I am working from the responsibility of the fact that I've mentioned with my mouth a particular time frame, and that time frame will raise expectation. That's exactly the reason why I'm doing this. Apart from that, I will not be coming back to do this. I won't be coming back to do this. So I like us to understand that, and for us not to drag the matter unduly, pulling where there's no issue. What I believe is that for those people that want to pull out, God may have a better plan for whatever they want to do. And at least this will also relieve some pressure from whatever they are confronting financially. I do believe so. All right. And of course, when that happens, it might also open better ways for them in the future. You get it. And for those who want to continue, I do believe that they will get to Bermuda eventually. So there's no negativity for those who decide that they wanted to continue, or those who decide they want to pull out, those who decide they wanted to divert to UK. No negativity for anybody. And that is what I'm really after. What we avoid undue negativity for anybody. That's my major aim. And that's the reason why I'm taking this step to actually carry out this particular act. I don't know if you understand. So please, on that note, I want us to close the meeting. I know that many people may still have one question or the other to ask here and there. Please kindly speak to me. I have said to us, let us avoid negativity. Negativity plus negativity is more negativity. Negativity and negativity is more negativity is more negativity. We don't need to express any form of negativity about you because it will not yield any positivity. Darkness plus darkness is darkness. So please, let's just carefully watch how we relate on this issue, specifically with me as a person and with other people. Whatever we do say to other people, it is true that I said 2 to 4 weeks. It is true. I am not lying about that. It's also true I'm saying that it's no more 2 to 4 weeks. It's now the time frame is desired by Bermuda. All right. And it's also true I've said for those who wants to pull out or be giving compensatory amount to them and not a refund. Why those who want to continue, we continue with the support, trusting God that in a very short time, they will sort it out. However, it is not true that Bermuda is a scam, Bermuda is a fraud, Bermuda is a lie. I took people's money because I want to deceive them or I'm being wicked. It is not true. It is not true. And I also trust that having this conversation is important so that we can clarify those issues and everybody, I mean, at the level we can begin to make some payments that we need to make from October. I'll be making better clarifications with individuals. I won't be making any statement with anybody on the general platform on how this will be made, and that will be based on specific issues going to when you joined and all of that. We'll be doing all of that conversation one after the other with individuals. And for those who want to continue, we just continue, we keep on praying and trusting God for the best. Because I know that when we get to the end of it, people will get to Bermuda, there'll be testimonies, people will show their pictures in Bermuda, they will show their house in Bermuda. I know people will get to that point. I am sure of that one. So, after said all of this, I want to say again, thank you everyone for speaking very politely. Thank you very much. Please let's just continue. I do believe that we definitely are looking for the best and we get to that point. God bless every one of us. But then before we go, I'd like us to pray. And I'd like us to pray from the place of from this scripture. There's a scripture that I picked up, while going through all this process. I'd like us to pray from that scripture. That's Second Chronicles chapter 14, and then in verse, I think 20. Let me see. 1 Chronicles 14 verse. I hope my phone will not mess up now. Okay, 1 Chronicles 14 in verse 11. And Asa cried unto the Lord his God and said, Lord, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. O Lord, thou art our God. Let not man prevail against thee. For those that want to join me in prayer, I'd like to just pray this one prayer. Lord, help us on this issue. Help us on this issue. Do help us. Do help us on this issue. Father, help us on this issue so that no man will be able to prevail against you. Whichever issues, whichever group, whether it is the diversion to UK or continuing with Bermuda or want to pull out, let your help come for us. Let your help, I like us to pray this prayer. It doesn't have to matter whether you probably want to continue or not. I like us to pray this prayer. We still need the help of God. Help us on all of these issues, and let all of these things become completely put to the ground. We want you to create that opening. Let the door be opened. Let people have access to wherever they want to go, specifically around Bermuda specifically. And for every other options that are created, let there be access. Let there be possibility, let there be provision, let there be everything that is needed, all for the glory of your name. Thank you, Father, for the answer. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. I want us to thank God for answers to prayer because God has done it. Father, we thank you for answers to prayer. We believe you have answered this prayer and we know that you have done it. Glory to your name, honor to your name, adorations to your name. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. Please, I want to plead with us for everyone here. I know there will be a lot of questions coming because not everybody heard this meeting. A lot of questions will be coming from different people who will watch this later. I want to plead with us. After we have watched or whatever it is, we must avoid pressure to create a negative impression. It will not bring a change. It will not cause it make anything to become better. It will only cause unnecessary poison and toxin. And I trust that as we make up our mind on this, God Himself will bless us and will make our ways to be open. In Jesus' name. Thank you everyone once again. And God bless. And Jesus, have a fruitful week. Have a pleasant week. Have a wonderful week. And may all our ways be prosperous in Jesus' name. Thank you again. And God bless us. If you still have anything to say, you can still speak now. Before we close the group in the next.
Mr. Stephen, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Sorry, I just joined though. I had some commitments.
No
So I
worries.
don't
That's
know.
fine. That's fine. No worries. The whole stuff is on YouTube, so I will be sending the YouTube to everyone to watch now, so that those who probably missed the meeting for one reason or the other, they can, clarify points, and then they'll be able to speak to me afterwards. But what I will say is that it is advised that you don't ask any question or make any comments until you are done with the video, so that you will not end up assuming what is not true over the matter. Thank you again, and please have a pleasant week ahead. Thank you.